Alright, hello and welcome tankers to our first Odem Mortis Clanwar Commentary. My name is Floshy and today I'm gonna show you a clan war taking place on the beautiful map of Murovanka. Maybe some words for the tactic in the very beginning. Our IS-7s will lead a massive heavy push down to this area close to the water. Then our Object 268s will stand in the forest behind and cover our rush, and the spotting will be done by the mediums here in the middle on the other flanks. And right in the beginning we can see our mediums swarming out to get some early spots on the enemy's tanks. Our heavies and TDs are meanwhile approaching to the forest and to the bushes to get some nice cover and to damage the enemies, which will now be spotted by our medium tanks. Our Bat Châtillon is moving on the very closest way to the forest and already spotting some enemies. But they do a very hard mistake. They just stop to shoot our Bat Chât and they get massive damage by our heavies and TDs in base. On the other flank, one of our mediums was just destroyed. Anyhow, he was pushed by two mediums. Alright, these tanks are in history now, and you can now see our IS-7s pushing down to the water zone, standing on a hull down position and trying to shoot some enemies. And our Bat Chât here will now get some spots. What you can now see is actually pretty simple. Our Bat Chât will now try to make some spots. Anyhow, it's not very comfortable to move forward in a very fast way. So he will just push the R button and move forward in the slowest way as possible to not get spotted by the enemy tanks. Yeah, he's still a patient guy and standing in the bush trying to spot something, but the enemy anyhow doesn't appear. In the meantime, you can hear our IS-7s in the background trying to make some blind shots on the enemy's standard positions in the bushes. And now you can see the Bat Chât. He's trying to approach and he already spotted a T-57 in the base dev area. Now you can see the R button is pushed and the Bat Chât is moving forward as slowly as possible. On this way he's trying to get the maximum range of his view ability, and basically the view range of TDs and artillery is far below than mediums. And there he had a spot on a T-110E4. He just stops and opens fire. He's now out of range and our Bat Chât is still approaching. Now the Bat Chât arrived. He got a very far bush in the front. He just moved about 100 meters without getting spotted, only because he went that slow. Our IS-7s and Object 268s just got a very decent spot in the back meanwhile, and they are still doing some blind shots on the enemy's tanks here. Enemy's T-57 heavy tanks and the TDs are expected in this zone, and our mediums are still standing in the middle area to be able to spot them. But due to the 10 minutes time we have left, we are still waiting for the enemy to come, and there is already one enemy who wants to take a look. Gotcha. The Waffenträger is now in history. Oh, now the heavy tanks of the enemy are now aggressively pushing into our lines, trying to kill our T-62, but our IS-7s in forest are able to stop him. Our Bat Châtillon is still standing in the bush, trying to get some passive spots on the enemies. His camouflage net is activated, so he has the maximum tarn and camo value. The enemies are still sending more and more tanks to our lines, but anyhow, they are sending them one by one, so we can easily pick them out. And there's another tank, and another, and another. And there is a very fast Bat Chät trying to get into our lines and to make some spots. And he is already being shot, followed by a Waffenträger, who is now pushing in as well. And we already got a score of 9-3. Now the enemy's autoloader tanks already reached the middle of the map. Tried to get some map control, but we got a very decent spotting system and very decent damage dealers in the forest as well. The Bat Chät is now approaching to the enemy's lines, still reloading his magazine.
Target acquired.
So where is the last enemy and what tank is it? Basically now it's only a matter of time when we will find him, because there's no big chance for him to run away, because our tanks are almost everywhere split on the map. And there it is, it wasn't Bat Chät RT.
Ready to fire.
Alright, GG by the enemies. Actually it was a pretty easy push for us, because the enemy sent his tanks one by one to our lines, so we could pick them out very easily. Thank you guys for watching this, and see you in the next time.